Welcome to the AD Marketing Studio launch. So we have tons of templates in here for all of your marketing needs. As an account executive, we have co-branded loan programs and subcategories for specific content types. We have print and digital materials, so email newsletters, email signatures and headers, Facebook covers, loan programs for just one person, so your information will automatically load onto the designs. For the co-branded pieces, you can also set up your account to add a partner's information automatically as well. We also have social media, which is super great for posting every day. If you are highly active on social media, you can change the photos and text on almost all of the designs in the platform, except for, I think, the loan programs are locked up, so you can't really change information about the loan programs. But any kind of editable information like photos and titles, things like our promotional event flyers allow you to make changes. Maybe you have your own little do's and don'ts or entirely different content that you want to switch this out with. You can totally do that. We also have property flyers. So if you are partnering with an agent and you want to create a property flyer for them, you can do that using these open house flyers. And again, you can change the text to say just listed or coming soon or any title you want. So let's start from the beginning here. So when you sign on to this platform at admarketingstudio.com, it's going to take you to your dashboard, and your dashboard is not going to have any designs on it until you save them. So it's like your own personal hub for designs that you've already worked on. And the top of your dashboard will have a bunch of announcements for new features that have been updated or added. So you can click on something to see what the details of that update are. At the bottom of your dashboard, we have a video tutorial tab here where you can navigate to specific content, or you can scroll through and find something that you might need to learn how to do, just clicking and finding something. And these are YouTube, so you can always bookmark those if you wanted as well. When you click on the Create New Design button, this is where it takes you to our library of categories filled with templates. The page that we land on is going to give you the most popular templates. Once you guys start using this, this will actually update to templates that you guys are actually using. But you can navigate through your templates here and find what you're looking for. You can also favorite categories if you want them to be at the top of your category list. Sorry, if you see my mouse moving up randomly here, I'm just letting people into the waiting room. And then you can also favorite individual templates. So if there's a template you really love to use, or maybe you like using this for holidays, you can just favorite that and it'll always show up at the top in your favorite templates folder. But before you can start customizing, there's a couple of things to do first. At the top right drop-down menu here, we have the ability to make sure all of your contact information is updated and loaded. In case your phone number changes, you can always change this information. This will load automatically onto the designs. So your headshot here, you don't have to fill in your contact info every time you open up a template. This will just automatically load for you. Just make sure this is all filled out and updated, and you're good to go. So again, you can change this and save that information. And now when I open up a template, that will load my info. Now, you might have noticed some of the templates give you co-branding options, especially the loan programs here. All of these have two placeholders. So one of them will automatically load my information, and I can set up my account to load any partners that I typically co-brand with. So you can set those up here. You can add as many partners as you want. This is great if you're partnering with another account executive or a sponsor or an agent. You can add their info here. their headshot. And then when you open up a co-branded piece, you can choose their information to load onto the design. So once you have your account information filled out and your partners loaded, you can start customizing the designs. So we're going to click on Create New Design. And let's go to a co-branded loan program here. And let's do our FHA loan design here. So again, most of the loan program benefits and highlights, these are likely going to be locked up so that you can't make changes to this. But if you do have a request for a change, you can reach out to the marketing department and those updates can be made. But you can definitely switch out the picture so that you can update it to resonate more with whatever your audience or location is. So it's going to give me a preview. When you click Create Design, it's going to ask which of the partners you want to load. I just have the one, so I can just click Create. That is automatically going to load my information, my headshot, and my partner's information and their headshot. So you can see all of my information has loaded here. I can always adjust my headshot if I want. Same thing here. We want Bruce's ears to show up. There we go. Beautiful. Maybe Bruce reached out and said, you know what, I have an updated URL that I want to put in here. There we go. Now let's say Bruce needs a logo. Maybe he's an agent and he wants his brokerage logo to be listed under his photo. We can totally do that. Anytime we're adding a logo, I always recommend to just click outside of the template so that nothing is selected on here. And we can go to our images file and upload images or logos from our computer. So if you have your PNG logo file, this will land on the design where I can drag it down to size. And we can place that, wherever you want that to go. You can also change the color of your logo. So if your agent here has a specific color hex code, you can add that in here if you want. If there is a typical color that you need to use a lot for that particular agent, or for any reason, you can add those saved colors here. And then you can always come back to it if you want to, you don't have to constantly input that hex code. Now, maybe we want to use a different photo for this particular, maybe we're advertising in an area that's a little more younger in the city, and we want to use a different photo here. When you click on any of the photos on these templates just once, your image library is going to pop up here. And we have a few options. So just click on the photo. We can upload a photo from our computer, but we also have a stock image library of over 1 million copyright-free stock imagery. So just to give you an idea of all the kinds of photos using any keyword, you can see all the stuff that pops up. This is especially helpful for social media or any of these designs. If you are changing the content and you want to make sure the photo is really representing your content well, you have the ability to, really customize this to your needs. So, maybe we're going to do something a little more city loft, youthful looking. We can select our photo and that's going to switch right out. Again, you can make adjustments to the photo, the placement of the photo if you want within this placeholder. But if you don't change anything about the placement of the photo, you will see these little margins here. These are not part of the design, even though the colors kind of work with it. These are margin tools that we call safety zones, which help you. So if I don't make any movements to the photo, this is already set up for commercial printing if I wanted to print it. But if I move the photo around, maybe I want to zoom in on a specific area of this photo, or I'm just moving it, you can use this margin to ensure that your photo goes all the way to the edge of this margin here. So you never want to have space here. And I can remove these margins by just going to my settings tab and disabling that so I can see what the actual template looks like. But even if I think my photo is going to the edge, this still may not be properly set up for commercial printing. So using those safety zones to ensure that your photo is all the way to the edge, if that particular design is set up that way, this tool is really helpful. Same thing goes for this red line here. This is really if you have editable content to keep your content within these red lines. You never want that to go beyond the line there. And you can see when I move text around, there are purple lines that help me align and kind of lock into place. I can use these purple lines to align, but I can also select multiple text boxes at once using my Control or Command button on my keyboard. We can go to Format, and I can make sure that they're aligned perfectly. Same thing goes if I end up moving all of my text around here and I want this all to be aligned perfectly, I can select all of this at once and just make sure that's all perfectly aligned. And I can even move it all at once if I want it as well. We can also make changes to just one text box. So selecting a single text box will allow me to make changes to everything within that text box. Maybe I want to adjust the size. I can even type in an exact font point. There you go. And you have a few font options to choose from if you want to keep things exciting. Now, maybe I just want to make a change to one word within a text box. You can actually just highlight one word here, and we can make the change to, maybe I want that to be lighter. You can have some fun with that if you want. So on all of these designs, pretty much just the photos and text are unlocked. What's great about this platform is you don't have to be a designer or have any kind of design savvy. You don't have to know what the branding for AD Mortgage is supposed to be. Everything is the right color. We have the disclaimers and all of the compliant licensing on the designs. These are locked up so that you don't have to be responsible for making sure that your design is compliant. All that is already embedded in the design. You don't have to worry about any of this. All you need to do is just make sure that any text that needs to be upgraded or updated on your part, maybe you want a better call to action here, or you want to say something different here. You can certainly change that if you want, but things like if you click on it and nothing's happening, that usually means it's locked and not able to be edited. But if you do click on it and you see that text box, that'll tell you you can edit. Now, there may be some text boxes that don't allow you to move it. This is to ensure that everything is looking nice and clean and professional, because we don't want you moving, this text box on top of the photo. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything's broken if you can't move the text box. It's intentionally locked in place. But you can certainly change out your photos and edit your text. If you need to change your title for this particular design, you can definitely do that. At the top here, you can click Save when you're done making your changes. This is also going to save every 3 minutes automatically, so you don't always have to remember, but I always encourage you to save when you are done, just in case. You can change the title of your design. You can undo and redo any edits that you might have made. And then over here, we have all of our export, sharing, and printing options. When you click to the print shop, this is going to take you into a very streamlined process of picking out your options here. You can add your designs into a cart, continue shopping so that you can just order everything all at once later. Or you can go ahead and check out, input your shipping and payment information, and this will handle all of your shipping for you. Now, we also have a printing support email. So if you have any questions or cancellations or custom orders, you can actually reach out directly to them and they can help you with any print questions or specificities that you might have. They are really great with working with our users directly. If you have any questions about the actual platform itself, you can reach out to support@admarketingstudio.com, but we'll get a little more into getting help and support a little later. But let's go back to click Create Design here. And I want to reiterate how much flexibility you have, especially with the social media pieces. So again, you are not beholden to the text on most of these designs. You have cool calls to action, inspirational quotes, holidays here, but this does not only have to be a Happy New Year post. We can click on this. Maybe there is a cool quote that you want to turn this into and post an inspirational quote. You just might really like this particular design. So let's show you, we're going to turn this into a quick inspirational quote here. Okay, so obviously this is way large. So I'm going to change the font and we're going to reduce this size down to about a 16 here so we can have it. And we're going to change the photo first so that I can kind of adjust my text to the photo. So I'm going to click on the photo anywhere. And let's see what we have for travel options here. We have some pretty cool stuff. Let's do something tropical. So I'm going to click on this photo. This is going to automatically plug into my design here. Again, you can make some edits to that. Beautiful. Oop, let's get rid of that. Now, this text is kind of getting lost in the palm tree here. So I'm going to bring it down here and I'm going to make it a little smaller. And then we're going to just highlight this one word here and we're going to make changes. Let's see. And then maybe we want to do travel there. So that kind of makes it pop a little bit. And now I have a brand new design. All I did was make some edits, quick edits to the text. And again, we can continue clicking and trying new photos. If you want to go for something a little different, you can spend all day choosing a new photo for your design here. And again, this is a good example to show you how we can just quickly change this text. Maybe you want to make it red, but that might make it a little too busy. But there we go. So we'll come up here, click save. And here is where I can show you how our spelling errors work here. You can add words to your dictionary. You can fix the word right here in the design, or you can have this window go away and just it'll highlight for you on the actual design. But once you click continue, those spelling items are fixed. And now you can see my design is saved here. Now, maybe I really like this template that I created, and maybe I just want to do a slightly different version that uses a different photo, but keeps the same quote. Or maybe I really like this photo and I want to use a different quote. Instead of kind of starting from scratch from the Create New Design button, I can duplicate this exact template. I now have a copy, and maybe I just want to try a different photo. Maybe, my Facebook audience is a little different from my Instagram audience, and I want to do something a little different for my different channels. You can have fun with that. So maybe we'll put that here. Actually, that looks better down here. This is a very open space photo here. There we go. Beautiful. All right, now we have our new version. Click save. And now I have both versions saved on my dashboard. All right, so let's talk a little bit about best practices for using this platform. If you have any questions about anything I went over, or if there's something you want to see in particular, go ahead and use that chat feature to ask your questions and I will address those to everyone. In the meantime, I'm going to go over best practices for using this platform, which will just help your experience be a little more streamlined and easy. So we definitely recommend that you use Google Chrome as your browser. This browser can handle a high functioning website like this. It's just always the most up to date. It's the most secure and the fastest. If you're using any other browser by habit and you experience a weird glitch, we recommend that you try that on Google Chrome first, because that can really solve a lot of problems. Also, if you have an older or maybe a smaller computer with not as much memory, if you have a ton of tabs open and a billion programs open, that might slow things down. So if you do experience any lag or things just don't seem to be acting right or behaving the way that you want it to, first, it could be that the text that you're trying to edit is locked. So that's one thing. But definitely clear those tabs, clear your, quit those programs and just make sure you only have open what you are currently using. That could free up a lot of space on your computer. Also, make sure you're connected to the internet so that, if there's no internet issues, any speed will work on this platform. But also try to keep your browsing data and history clear. If you do experience anything kind of going on that doesn't seem to be working right, this can really solve a lot of problems. This will ensure you're not using an older version of the site if you haven't cleared this lately. And your history, if that hasn't been cleared lately, can slow things down significantly. Also, make sure your computer is up to date. Don't ignore any software updates or program updates, especially if it's any Adobe viewers or PDF viewers. You want everything in working order because that's always going to give you a better chance of having a smoother experience online. And these are things you can do even if you're checking your email online or not even on our platform. These are steps you can take just to keep everything moving smoothly on your browser and your computer. But if you do experience some weirdness going on and you need help, we have our support email listed at the bottom left-hand corner of the designer. And it's also available on the front end here under the support dropdown. And if the issue is with a particular design, the best bet is to just copy and paste this URL up here. This is going to give our customer support team exact pinpoint. We can find your template so much quicker. We can see some backend information of that template. And then just give us the details of the issue that you're experiencing. Like I'm trying to change the word travel on my design and it's not letting me change the font, or screenshots or screen recordings help. And our customer support team is really great with responding and sending screen recording videos themselves to kind of help you along and show you how things work. Then back on your dashboard, again, you can create folders to keep your designs or your dashboard organized. And you can use the drop-down menu to add that template to the folder. And you can also use batch actions to move multiple designs into a folder if you've created it. Also, something I did not show you guys was all of our the rest of our sharing options. So you can download in any of your different file types here. For print materials, you have the option to download the print PDF. So let's just show you what that looks like. So in our download options here, if you are just wanting to attach to an email or print at your home or the office, this is your best bet. If you don't want to use our print shop and you have another company that you already work with or that you'd rather work with, you can just download the print PDF. This will automatically add the crop marks and bleeds to the design so that you can send it off to any print company. We also have a bunch of really cool sharing options. So this first option here is going to let you copy and paste an automatically generated URL into your browser where it will feature your design. This is especially cool for like multiple page designs. You can scroll through like a website and even download it. You can also share to Facebook and Instagram. With Facebook, I would recommend just downloading a JPEG, opening up Facebook in another tab and posting that way. Instagram only allows you to post from your phone, so you can use our send an email feature to send any of your file types to yourself and post it from your phone. You can also share your design with another user on the AD Marketing Studio platform. You can share it to multiple people separated by a comma, and this is sending a duplicate over. So any changes that you make or they make will not be affected by the other. And you can connect your MailChimp and Constant Contact account. This is going to send a flat image JPEG through for now. We are in the midst of working on our HTML email builder, so it will behave a little more like Constant Contact and MailChimp directly in our system. But until then, we're hoping in the next few weeks or February. Until then, this is sending a flat image JPEG through. And if we go back to your dashboard, you can perform all of those same export tasks directly on the menu on each of your templates. So you don't have to open up the design to simply download it or share it in some way. And again, we have our video tutorials. This first one here is a general introduction and a little longer. It's going to give you a brief overview of how the dashboard works, how to set up your account, how to make quick edits to a template, and all the various exporting options. So this is a great tool in case you forget anything we talked about today. But again, if there's something particular you're looking for on how to do, you can scroll through and find something to help you. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget, if you have any questions, to reach out to the support email that's also listed, but enjoy the platform and have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.